So like we're editing the music video for Delusional as we're doing this as well. So I'm like simultaneously creating proxies for this.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
no big
it's
deal.
looking pretty cool.
It is looking
like
cool.
we started out. I mean, it's technically a visualizer, but like it's kind of moving
It's
into
kind of
video
giving a video
territory.
world, yeah, because we were really prepared and we
It's like I would say low budget video for sure.
So, okay, so tell me what your thoughts are on the difference between visualizer and music video.
I think
effort and concept and budget.
I think a music video
Okay,
has
yeah.
more of an overarching storyline theme and gives something other than pretty images. And I think a visualizer is pretty images.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is intention.
Yeah.
you know, because there are a lot of like really simple and effective music videos. Like even when you think of like Single Ladies, that's one thing the all the way through.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, I love a one take video concept. But like, you know, a lot of those could be considered visualizers too. So I think it's kind of like it's partly marketing, partly intention, and a little bit budget, and then sometimes storyline. It's not black and white.
It's not black and white. Not black and white. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, welcome to Homophonic, everyone. I am so excited today. Oh, this is so exciting. Today we have two very special guests. I want to say like they are kind of debuting their new supergroup right here on this pod.
I mean,
please welcome yeah. I mean, welcome into your ears, Tears Gearz, aka ZEE MACHINE, and Bentley Robles.
Hi, babe.
Hell yeah! So happy to be here.
I'm glad we finally made this happen.
Yeah, I'm as a homophonic virgin. I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity.
I promise that it's going to be. I'm gonna be so easy. It's
So
gonna be very lubed, so gentle,
and
very
start slow.
Start slow. It's me very passionate though.
Okay, cool. I want a lot of eye contact, please.
Lots of eye contact the entire time.
This is a video podcast, so that won't be a problem.
Exactly. So, like, speaking of, like, I had quite the experience the other day with a lot of eye contact, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh, work.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I was like, Good Friday indeed. You know.
Good Friday.
Oh, work. Nice.
Yeah.
I was born on Good Friday. Fun fact.
Were you really?
Good Friday and Friday the 13th.
Wow.
I know.
Gags.
Big year.
That is a big year. Oh my God. Okay, so first and foremost, I mean, Z, you are a seasoned guest on this show now. But
this
Bentley,
week.
Exactly. This week alone, Bentley, as you just mentioned, virgin.
Yes. Homophonic virgin.
Introduce yourself. Who are you? I mean, I know you from your music that you just released a deluxe version of your EP. You guys, including your single "Lock Me Up" that came out earlier this year, one of my most played songs of the year thus far. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I love to hear that.
So good. But for those of you those who might be listening, might not know who you are, tell us all about Bentley Robles.
I love when my name is said correctly.
It's just ask Bob the drag queen.
My name's Bentley. I know, right? My name's Bentley Robles. Shortest description: I'm a pop boy. I have been making music for a few years, and I'm just obsessed. And was like born and raised on big main pop girls, and I really want to make big main pop boy music for gay people that they can dance to and rock out to.
Let's celebrate that.
Yeah, and this is all I know how to do and all I want to do. So I just am busting my little bussy trying to blow up.
You really are. You are busting your bussy. You both are. You have both been just absolutely grinding and to get all of your projects off the ground. So it's truly amazing to see. So I'm actually really curious because I don't think I even know this story. How did the two of you meet? Like, how did the two of you meet? And then you started collaborating a couple years ago. How did this all come about?
I mean, it's really just the circle of like indie queer, I guess, boys. I mean, the whole scene. like that is very tight knit. Especially kind of like in that post-pandemic world, we were all kind of like hanging on to each other for support, and like as we were sort of coming out of like the pandemic haze, we sort of found each other around then, and it was literally just through like Instagram and sharing each other's stuff and seeing that like I don't know, there was something about each other that I guess like kind of stuck out above the fray. And then like 3 years ago, oh my god, it was I can't believe it's like 2.5 years ago.
It was like November of 2022.
November 22. It's like 2.5 years ago. We were on a show lineup together with another friend of ours from here, and that was the first time we met.
Wow.
And then a few months later, he was like, "I have this song that I want to re-release. Do you want to do a verse on it?" And that was "See Me Naked."
Yes.
Yeah. And I had already released "See Me Naked" in October of 2021.
Oh wow.
No. October of 2022.
Okay.
And it just like had kind of not really done much.
Yeah.
No, it was October of 2021.
It felt like I feel like it was before that.
October of 2021, and it had been out for like a year, and like I didn't really have a moment until 2022 when I dropped my song "I Hate the Weekend," and that was like my first song that was like people were paying attention to and liking.
Iconic, legendary smash.
Yes,
smash hit. If you guys have not heard "I Hate the Weekend," go listen to it. It's fantastic. It really is.
Thank you.
It's so good.
I remember liking ZEE Machine a lot and being obsessed with Everybody Wants It. Dropped the same time as my song "Lay All Your Love on Me." We like both dropped them in like May, June.
Both of our most streamed songs.
Both of like our huge songs.
Something was in the air that summer.
And
Something was. Wow.
And we just like, I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, I have this song. I think you'd be great on it." And he said, "You said yes right away." And truly, not even being like dramatic about it, like we just had such a synergy. We talked about this earlier on the radio, where it's like it just kind of kept everything just kind of kept like flowing and making sense, and we just kept wanting to collaborate more. And truly, like I can't think of a time that I wasn't like best friends with him, but like I guess it did just at some point just like become really real, like a really real friendship.
Yeah, our energies kind of just like evolved very naturally, and like even though like the first few songs we put out were not like put together in the same room, you know, it was a lot of like, I have this song, do you want to hop on it? Our styles just, they complemented each other really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when you released "See Me Naked," I remember like, I think ZEE, because that is how I got introduced to you, Bentley.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually know that. Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because well, first of all, Habit is going to have its like what 3rd year anniversary coming up this week, I think.
Oh my god, you're right.
Like crazy. But that's how I got introduced to your music. And then I had been following you for a little bit, and then I remember when you started teasing this collaboration, I was like, oh, this sounds sick. And then that's how I got introduced to you, Bentley. Oh, so yeah,
I love that. That's grateful for that collaboration, truly. And that was like my first time really getting a taste of like success on social media, because that song went viral on TikTok.
That definitely had a moment on TikTok, I will say.
Everyone said, "I want to see everyone naked."
Yeah,
the answer was yes.
Yes, we want to see nudity, please.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's incredible. So then after that, your guys' second collaboration was that
was Anyone But Him.
Anyone But Him, yes.
I think the really big thing for us was the tour. Because See Me, like, timeline is like, "See Me Naked" comes out, it's a huge smash. Me and Z are talking every day, really like forming a friendship. I keep floating, we should tour together. And at the time, it was very much like, let's do Charlie and Troy. And we actually decided this before Charlie and Troy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Sweat tour was barely a zygote of an idea.
And we were like, let's do this thing. Coming up with names for the tour. Had the idea of Tears Gearz. You know, my fans are called Ugly Criers. His name is ZEE Machine. We're like, Tears Gearz.
We were kind of joking at first. Like, wouldn't Tears Gearz be something like funny?
Yeah, and it was really hilarious. And
it's so good.
Leading up to the tour, we're like, let's do another song for the tour. He had sent me Anyone But Him. Just like, look at the song I wrote. I had been like, I had made a session happen between him and my longtime producer, Florio. They wrote the song. I was obsessed with it. Please let me be on it. Tour's coming up. Let's do a song together and make it like the tour song.
The song came out, I think, like 6 days or like almost exactly a week after the wait, what did I say? The song came out and a week later we started the tour. So we timed that out well. And also fun fact, Dominic Florio, who has done, I would say, like 90% of your stuff over the past like couple years. I actually went to college with him.
Oh, no way.
Back in, well, I won't say the year. I won't date myself.
Berkeley.
Yeah. Oh, we went to
back in 2022 when you
only a few short years ago when I was just a college freshman. So I've known Florio for quite some time, but we hadn't ever worked together. So when I saw that he had been working with all of like my favorite New York people, including Bentley, I was like, well, this is very serendipitous and fortuitous. Oh, it looks like he just texted us too.
Oh, hey,
we have a session with him tomorrow morning.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's actually the producer of our song that's coming out in just a couple days. Yeah.
And I mean, let's get right to it. I mean, you guys have a brand new single coming out. It's called Delusional.
By the time this is out, it will be available everywhere music is streamed.
Everywhere music is streamed, digest. Yes, no, 100%. Okay, cool. And you guys, I mean, this song fucking slaps.
Oh, thank you.
It's so good. And I feel like I gas you up constantly. But the thing is,
we don't get tired of it. Don't worry.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, because I feel like the people are like, oh, like he's friends with them, whatever, yada yada yada. It's like, and yeah, exactly. And yes,
I have a lot of friends whose music I don't like.
Same.
Oh,
and I don't share.
But here's the thing. I don't think I could do this honestly and sincerely if I didn't enjoy it. Like, I couldn't sit there and be like, tell me all about your music. And I'm like sitting here like, ugh. Like, I could tell you, I have not had many partnership deals on social media, but I did get approached by an independent label once. And there is a fairly-ish big name who has
We'll talk off mic.
We'll talk off mic. Well, I'll reveal this. This person was part of a former girl group that was very popular here in the States.
Oh my God. I know exactly who he's thinking.
and I heard the song and I was like, I'm good.
Oh my God. Poor Lauren Urecki.
Who was it? It was Lauren Urecki?
Maybe. I know.
I'm a huge Camila stan.
We can bleep this out if you want, but
no, it's fine. It's fine because she's never gonna hear it. But then watch this podcast.
Well, watch this be the moment. Yeah, watch this be the clip that you select.
Exactly. I'm like, Lauren, want to come on the show?
Let's work it out on the remix.
Yeah, but we're working on the remix exactly. But real talk, I mean, just the song just wasn't my vibe. It just wasn't. Yeah. And I was like, I can't. I am just too honest. I can't sit there and be like, oh, you guys go stream that song.
Yeah. I have a hard time like really putting my whole ass in anything that I'm not like genuinely interested
You're
in.
better at being, I always say he's Princess Diana. I'm a dick.
Oh, wow.
I really don't share music I don't like. And there's an iconic video of him reacting to someone's song.
Oh my.
That is horrific. And he's like, this is amazing. And I'm like, actually, don't say anything more because they will probably listen to this. But
oh my God,
you were Trisha Paytas listeling to Woman's World for the first time.
Yeah, you're like, okay, the drop.
Oh my God,
that's a good part.
You know, I've got like one in me every 5 years. You know,
right? I mean, we got to support each other, right? Yeah. But for real, like this song. So Z, you sent this to me a couple weeks ago. Not to brag, just got it, early listen.
Spoiled,
but
you're a good sounding board for that kind of stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You provide the right amount of gassing up without like being a liar.
Yeah, yeah, right. And I hope so. That's what I try to do. And my process, what I found now when you send me songs is that I like to listen to it 2 or 3 times before I start giving feedback, because of like, first listen, obviously I'm going to be like, oh, this is whatever, but then I'm like, I need 2 or 3 listens to really like let it sink in and feel like the melodies, the instrumental, the hooks, everything. And this song right away was just like, I'm like, how do I describe this? It's like the 1975 meets Wham.
It's literally what we've been describing that as.
Like I'm not even kidding.
That's like our press release.
We literally just sent it to someone and we're like, the 1975 meets Wham with glitter.
Yes. Yep. It's so good. I'm obsessed. Like from the first, like first of all, are you guys beatboxing on it?
No,
but like that's a good idea.
I think it's just a sample.
It sounds like one of you is beatboxing on it. It's sick. I love it. I'm obsessed.
I know. I feel like I hear what you're describing. It's just like very percussively luscious.
Mm-hmm. That might be the title of that percussion.
Ooh, okay.
Percussively luscious.
Percussively, say that 10 times fast. Jesus Christ.
Right, exactly. But like, I mean, from that first moment that I hear those, like that percussion, I was like, oh, this is like.
We should lie and say that we beatboxed on it.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's not too. No, actually, it's too late. I was about to say it's not too late. I'm like, no way. Actually, no. This one is too late. Yeah.
The famous beatboxers.
I can beatbox okay, actually. Like, not to. I don't want to like do it on top now and like fucking suck. But like, I've been in like some acapella situations where I've had to provide the percussion.
He was in perfect.
I mean, the first time. Were you really?
No. But
I was
I have pretty good pitch though.
This is Anna Kendrick.
You do. Well, I was gonna say, remember the first time I interviewed you, we were talking about Michael Jackson, and you did like the perfect Michael impression, both his voice, but also like the hollow, like
the New Jack Swing, like kind of fucking. Who produced that album?
Teddy Riley.
Yes. Like that, yeah.
Exactly. See, you could have done it on the track.
Yeah.
He's really good at impressions.
So good. Like Ariana.
So
I do him.
He does me. He does everybody we make fun of. He does. Yeah.
Wait, do Bentley right now. Do him right. Do it right now. Do him right now.
Wait. We're barely surviving. So we should above the lead, boy. We should dive in.
Oh my god!
It might be crazy, but it might be true.
I don't go true,
but I kind of do.
It's my D's.
Yeah. Do. It's a very. He's got a listen up, everyone. He's got a very strong D.
You know, I've got a very strong D, and also I have
King Cobra,
an identity.
King Cobra,
yes.
King Cobra.
Bruh. Wait. About Delusional, though, I'm so happy to hear that you loved it because we went into that session. We went into this whole project like we are not afraid to try new things.
Mm-hmm.
And like we wanted Tears Gearz to be its own identity, and like we really feel like Delusional is just the right sound. Like you hear Delusional and you're like, this isn't ZEE Machine, this isn't Bentley Robles, this is like Tears Gearz.
I feel like
100%.
I feel like you hear like elements of both of us in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
While still it doesn't really sound like anything I feel like we've done before.
Yeah.
Like I can hear this, I'm like, oh yeah, like I've definitely used like guitars like that, and then there's like some like melodic ideas and phrasings that feel very Bentley. Yeah. But this whole project has really allowed us kind of like the freedom to just kind of like let go and not feel like I have to like build my own personal artist sound out because it's something completely different, and that's really fun.
And we get to live in this world for a moment, and my dream, my long-term goal is like our careers continue to flourish, and this is something that we come back to.
Yeah, it's like kind of like our Boy Genius.
It's our Boy Genius. It's our Silk Sonic.
There we go.
Absolutely.
The thing that wins us the Grammys, but that we don't spend as much time with. Yeah.
Well, first of all, I have to say, like, this song, as I was listening to it, because you had sent it to me a few weeks ago, and the older I get, the more seasonal I get with music. And there are certain songs where I'm like, this is spring, this is summer, this is fall, this is winter. This is a summer song.
Yes.
100%.
Okay, good.
This is a summer. I mean, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I don't want to like jinx it, but I'm like, is this your espresso? I'm just saying.
Oh, I want it to be espresso, bad. We kept making jokes. We're like, watch Tears Gearz blow up. Yeah. Like Tears Gearz is the thing.
Like
summer songs are famously April releases, let's just say.
They famously are, because espresso, April.
Yeah.
California Girls, April.
April.
Just saying.
There we go.
Just saying.
Mhm.
Like, what else? What other songs are?
What
There's
came
a
out April
bunch.
20 I wanna
Good Luck, Babe.
Yes. Oh my
Good
god,
luck,
yeah.
babe.
Um
Yes.
I was almost gonna say Somebody They Used to Know, which was big last summer, but then that came out in 2011.
Yeah.
And
Ugh.
it just was like a slow burn.
I had Somebody I Used to Know. I have such a bad taste in my mouth, which is why I kind of don't like Anxiety by Doechii.
We don't like Anxiety either.
It's
Love you, Doechii. Doechii's
We
amazing.
love
but I
Doechii,
don't
and the
like
video is
Anxiety.
amazing.
Video's unreal.
Wasn't like that just like some kind of random little demo she dropped back in the day that people just wanted her to release?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think it started going viral on TikTok, so then she re-recorded the
Okay.
vocals and then has now done a music video.
Okay.
But
Love the
my
video.
the video is incredible. My ex-boyfriend loved Somebody I Used to Know, and he discovered it the week before he broke up with me. So that's why I have like a bad...
no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I will say like this total like side tangent. I feel like I'm the last Gautier stan. Like I really got into that whole album.
What?
Oh, that album! I saw
I didn't
that.
even know he has an album. He's a true one-hit wonder.
He has 3 albums. He hasn't put out a solo album since then. But
Really?
I went and I saw that tour.
So wait, he had
fall.
2 albums before that.
Yes, Making Mirrors is the one that's from.
And
he's a brilliant musician. He plays all the
why did
instruments.
he stop making music after that?
I don't know. I think he just was kind of like, I'm good.
I mean, I was gonna say, why make anything else after that? It had like
Yeah,
a
you kind of peaked.
week
Making
number 1.
Mirrors.
Yeah. I fucking love this whole album.
I mean, look at that though.
Yeah.
The main song has 2 billion streams.
The second most streamed is like
17 million.
no, it's 52. I Eyes Wide Open is so good. Save Me is so good.
What
In
happened
Your Light
to
is so
Kimbra?
good. She's just chilling in New Zealand.
She's
oh my
chilling.
gosh.
She had a song that I really liked. I could not tell you the name of it right now.
Was it
I really liked I Wanna Settle Down.
I liked Good Intent. I liked Settle Down.
I liked Cameo Lover. This is nonstop, baby.
I guess we are Kimbra stans in this house.
Kimbra, this is a Kimbra stan podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Kimbra.
Wow.
Original like Bob icon.
Truly, yeah. Invented Bob's. Yeah.
No
one else had it before. But okay, so Delusional, when did you guys record this song?
January.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's so funny. Delusional, we wrote 2 songs in one day.
Mhm.
Delusional, and then another song that's on the project called Same Tears Twice.
Same Tears Twice?
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
This was like almost a Bentley
I love it
title.
too.
This was almost a Bentley song, and I had this amazing concept for a song where I was like, oh my god, like you essentially like you are the fool, like you take someone back, like they fuck you over again in the same way. And I really I'm a big payoff girl, concept girl, and I really like the concept of like now I'm crying the same tears twice, like it's the same, I'm crying over the same thing again. And I was like, Z, we have to make this a Tears Gearz song. And he was like, okay, let's do it. So we wrote that song, and then we had written that, me and Z, in like my living room. Like
we were literally in this room recording like shitty little vocals in like through my laptop, like, just on my laptop, no microphone or anything like that, just the speakers on there and just like humming the melody there.
Yeah, that one was really fucking cool because it was like so easy. And then we went to the session, we recorded Same Tears Twice because it was essentially written. And then we're like, let's do something new.
We've got time.
I go to get empanadas or coffee or something.
I think you went to get, was it food or coffee? Either way, you went to get something.
I went to get something. I come back and him and Dom have created the vibe for Delusional, like the beat essentially. And I'm like, I love this. And we had a completely different idea.
Yeah.
And I had talked about Camila Cabello because I always do. And she has that song that's like, oh no, here you go, making me a liar. And then that kind of dreamed up. That kind of. So then I was kind of like, oh, and it just all.
And then it just unfolded.
Yeah.
That's incredible. This is like blows my mind. Okay, so really truly right now, like the energy that this was just giving was like when I watch interviews of like Gaga and Madonna and like all of the greats who are like just like talking about like, oh, this is how this song came about, and I'm just like jaw on the floor.
I follow like an Instagram or Twitter account that's like videos from the studio of like these songs being created.
My favorite.
And like oh god, I saw one the other day. It was MGMT writing Electric Feel.
Wow.
And it was like the very first session, and he was just like looking for synth sounds like boom, ba, boom, 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 and it's just he's going through all this stuff, and it's like it hadn't even. It's just so crazy because it's like that's one of those songs where it just kind of feels like it's ingrained in like the veins of like electronic and pop music now, and like hearing that like just being like thought out, I don't know, I'm obsessed with that shit.
It's always
It's so
cool
good.
to think that something doesn't exist and then now it does.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Delusional feels like it came out of us, and it's in a sense delusional. And I haven't even talked to Z about this, so he could be like, "Shut the fuck up, you're dumb." But delusional feels like it is a perfect snapshot, encapsulates the air, like what Tears Gearz is right now. It's like, you know, two boys messing around, like being dumb. Do you know what I mean? Like silliness, like boy energy. I mean, like, it's very like it's camp. You know what I mean?
It's honestly it was sort of the moment that like where I was able to kind of let go of a lot of the fear I had of doing this, and not that, you know, I wasn't, you know, excited to be making more music with Bentley, but just the fact that I was making music in a very different way than I had in a long time, and I'd gotten very comfortable with my way of doing things, which is very kind of like insular. I kind of like locked myself in my room, and I like you know, beat myself up over all these melodies and these lyrics, and I don't have like a ton of outside help, and so having other people in the room while I create these things was very scary to me. But like as soon as like the creative juices just kind of started flowing for this song specifically, I was like, oh wow, oh okay, like this is a safe space where I can like let these all out. And like it did, you know, because I've been in sessions where the moment I feel myself start to lose my mojo, I kind of just like retreat and just sort of like I'm like steamrolled a little bit. And in this sense, I didn't feel like I felt very like everyone's ideas were valued, and everyone's ideas were like like, you know, there's compromise in the best way. We just kind of put our egos aside and like serve the song the best way.
Yeah, we really.
I was gonna say, how do you guys decide like whose idea is quote unquote best in a certain situation?
I think that it's so perfect you said that, because I feel like that's exactly what I was going to go into. I think we both went in thinking about whose voice sounds better on what parts. You know, like little moments where we were like, it felt like there would be moments where we'd be like, do you want to do this part? And it was like, there'd be the parts that we'd be like, I really want to do this. Or there'd be the parts that's like, I'm down for whatever. And there was like a clear synergy when it came to like, oh, this is a Z moment or this is a Bentley moment. Because the thing about our voices is like, they're very different and they offer like a very different pop energy. And I think that like one of the things, like I played the song to Ronan and he was like, I love how Z is under singing in this song. And it was like,
I was like, thank you.
And it was like, no, but it is like the way that I sing is a little bit, is like more pop, like I'm trying to focus on like the pop sensibility, and like I don't, whereas Z is like, out of the two of us, more the vocalist. You know what I mean? Like I consider myself a great singer, but like I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm a vocalist to the level of Z.
Sure.
And I think that there's like really cool, like I brought him into a really like poppy realm where he's like singing certain lines in a really like sweet way and a bright way, and I think that it like elevates him, and then he fills up the track and like brought me out of my element to where I'm singing a little bit more like I would never in a billion years, I never in a billion years would be like, cause baby I don't want to know, like I'd never sing like that, but it's like he's pushing me to be like that. I'm pushing him to, you know. And
I love it.
It really just like flows. It was just like really natural.
I mean, the way that, so I'll be honest, the first few times that I listened to the song, like the verses, I didn't even realize you guys were kind of going back and forth.
Ooh,
So like I was so good. And so I completely hear what you're saying, because I was like, this song, I mean, I would say is like your first official. Well, I don't know.
It is. We're considering it our debut.
Although we have listed the other 3 songs, we have put Tears Gearz under those ones as well, so they will pop up on the page. And you know, when we do them live, you know, whenever that may be, that'll definitely be part of like the Tears Gearz set portion of the show.
I think I feel so affirmed hearing you say that you didn't know what was, because we said that verbatim like 5 times. We were like, we want the listener to like not know who's singing, and like when you listen to Delusional and this other song that we have that we've written already that's done, the choruses, you really just like, our voices are just together. You can't, it's not like a Bentley singing the chorus, Z singing the chorus. It's really like,
it is mixed very well.
It's mixed very well, and like I fucking love that, because that's, you know, it's a band. It's Tears Gearz. So that's like the biggest affirmation that like what we're doing is translating. So thank you. I'm so happy to hear that.
You're so welcome. I mean, it's so do you guys have synesthesia at all?
I don't, and I want to, because I'm meeting people that have it, and it's so cunty and cool, and I don't.
I feel like maybe like a little bit, but also that's just like having ears.
I feel like I have vibesthesia. Yeah. Like certain songs, I picture certain images, not necessarily like colors. But do you?
I feel like I do, but like I whenever I hear people talk about it, it sounds like they're saying like they actually see it with their eyes, but I'm like, I see it in my head. I don't, and like so. I see shapes, I see colors, I see like ripples and like all of these things. And so like I felt with this song, I was getting green. I was getting this I was getting this like very specific green. I'm trying to think of like what I can compare it to. It was very like late 90s Y2K, almost like grungy green in a way, but like the song is not grungy, but like for some reason I was getting that. And like I'm trying to think of, there's a music video that I'm picturing, I don't remember if it was Savage Garden or if it was someone else. There was like this Canadian group, they did a song.
Nickelback.
No.
Look at this photograph.
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite memes is when they removed the photo part. Look at this graph. It's so funny.
There's one where they edit his voice.
Look at this graph.
There's one that goes, look at this face. And it's like, and it's a picture of a guy, and I love that one.
That's hysterical. Yeah. Oh my God. I love it. So, I mean, I'm so excited for this song. I mean, I've listened to it a lot in my files, and I was like, Zach, you need to stop listening to this because you don't want to like burn out before it
we need the stream. Stop.
You need the stream.
Stream it in your sleep.
I just literally, I'll just stream it over and over again. But and also, so I know that, okay, so Z knows this, Bentley, I'm sure you know this too. I'm famously like anti-short song.
Yeah.
I need to compliment you both. And I'm being dead ass right now. I think you cracked the code on the short song for me. Because it does not sound like a short, like so many short songs that are under 3 minutes. And it's usually more like the 2 minute, 2.5 minute mark. They just don't feel complete to me. It's like you're being edged, but you don't get to come, you know?
Yeah.
We come.
Yes.
And it's good. Like but for real, like this song sounds complete. It doesn't sound like anything is missing. It really is. Oh man, I love it.
I think also like me and Z are both, and I think you as well, from hearing and listening to your podcast and your takes on pop music, but like me and Z are both top line snobs where, you know, I hear pop songs sometimes and I'm like, oh, this person went with their first choice of melody, or this person just got excited by the song and didn't think. Whereas like me and Z are very particular with, is this top line satisfying? Is it catchy? Can we do better? Not only that, like when it goes from section to section, does it, you know,
it has to flow, it has to build.
I remember we came up with a lot of things, like he would throw something, I would throw something. One of the things that I threw out was that ooh, woo, woo. I really like,
so good.
I loved that top line, and we're all dreaming up ideas, and I'm like doing it over and over, and I'm like, guys, it's ooh, woo, woo, over and over and over.
Yeah.
And that is such a satisfying moment for me, because Z does that part, but I came up with that specific top line, and I love his voice in it, and it's so yummy, and like that, like to me, it really is like we have a verse vibe, then we go into this. It's just all the top lines in Delusional. I hate to sound cocky, but they're just like A1, and they're so good. And I feel like that makes it so.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's catchy as fuck. It really is.
I also think, like, you know, you can, even if the song is not like a 5-6 minute epic. If you have like a full course meal there with all the sections there, by the time you're done, you're satisfied. Like you don't need to be stuffed full.
And I think the other way too, it's like you can't have these 5-minute epics we are obsessed with. It's because it was good writing. Because there was, verse variations and bridge changes and instrumental breakdowns. Like, you can't. I feel like a lot of like TikTok era, which we're now kind of coming out of, 2-minute songs. They're like, I've got this one really catchy top line, and I'm gonna do it again and again, and I'm gonna come back to it, and we're gonna go, and then I'm back to the same. And it's like, it can feel a bit like rushed or written around this specific peak moment.
I love it when a verse is like as delicious as a chorus. Like I think verses are harder to write than a chorus, because like I feel like
Ooh, that's a very controversial take. I feel like a chorus is harder to write.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I guess, it depends on like the style, but like I've found that like it's easy for me to not easy for me to write like a big chorus, but it's like to write a verse that like complements but doesn't overshadow the chorus, but then also doesn't like undersell itself. Because that's like the first thing you hear, and I want to hook them in. And if I go into a verse and I'm just kind of like doing it to take up space, which is what I feel like a lot of verses will do these days, is that they just kind of, exist, and they're not even bad. They're just kind of there,
right?
And then and they're really just kind of there to take up.
Well,
time
first
for
of all,
the chorus.
don't come for sports car. Like if you for
any, I like, you know what? Hey, I quite enjoy sports car.
I do too.
That one's grown on me, I will say. Although I do think that verse overshadows the chorus.
I think I think that pre is delicious.
She's gonna ruin her voice whispering like that. Whispering is so bad for your chords. I worry about.
Is it really?
Whispering is actually famously
not just whispering, but also like when you sing really breath, it's not necessarily good for you.
That's how John Mayer formed a granuloma on his vocal cord.
Not a granuloma.
Yeah. Like he fucked up his voice in a very serious way, and like you listen to him live now, and he just it does not. Because he could afford the best care, but like it's just not quite the same. But he really fucked it up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's like maybe what happened with Britney as well? Because like
I think in some ways, I mean, who's to really? She's such an interesting case because you listen to her talk now, and like
she talks like this.
But I do think because you listen to her early voice, she was being very full throated, chord closure, belty, and I do think the years of like being encouraged to sing into her vocal fry probably did not help her voice.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it was very unique, and like I feel like. Iconic, and it's one of the most recognizable vocal tones of all time. But and she probably was not given a lot of training either, because it's like she was there to I'm not trying to diminish what
no like, I think that's tea.
I mean like Britney Spears was not about this. It wasn't really about the singing, and that's okay.
I also feel like again like back to the whole like me and Z being a duo thing. I just had a conversation with this about, I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were like, oh, something vocal coach. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, I'm pretty sure that like any vocal coach I had would like complain about how I sing. But it's like so much of like, to me, so I feel like, Z went to Berkeley and, has been a vocalist and has this like, he sees music so different than me. Whereas me, I was someone that could sing my whole life and was like doing Broadway, or not doing Broadway, doing musical theater. Coming to do Broadway. And I was just like a consumer lover, obsessive, horny boy for pop music. But I was like, I'm not going to write any songs because it's just not in the cards for me. And so then when I started writing music, really as recently as like 2019, 2020, which is not that long ago, I approach it from a sense of like, what, like I see pop music a little differently than I feel like maybe some other singer-songwriters do. And a lot of it is like, how can I sound in this specific song? Like, how can I move my voice to be like pop, yummy, cupcake, frosting, sprinkles? And some of it is like not necessarily just saying like vocally correct.
The thing is, any like I think good voice teacher is not going to try to change you unless you are doing something that is like damaging your voice. They will work with trying to make you sound like the most healthy version of you that you can. So,
Right.
and if they are trying to change you to make you sound uniform, that's not the right fit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
They
said
in
trouble,
and they said
pussy's on fire.
That's it. I don't think so. You're done singing.
They're like, what's this fire? Oh, it's this hot track we're about to drop.
Hot. That it is.
Ronan,
hot
can
track.
I get a bag of potatoes?
Get that bag of potatoes. Also, you said what did you say? You said consumer obsessive horny lover boy.
Sure.
Lover of pop. Yeah.
I just feel like that should be a song that you guys could write.
Horny lover boy. I like that.
Consumer obsessive horny lover boy.
Love it.
That could be a song.
Miss Possessive.
Miss Possessive.
Miss Possessive. Apparently, she's coming to Grand Rapids. Ms.
Oh, finally, someone is.
I'm really
not a moment too soon.
I mean, really I did see Chapel Roan here, so whatever. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Chapel.
Mm-hmm. That was my first concert in Grand Rapids in God forever. The last time I saw a concert here in Grand Rapids was Britney Spears' The Femme Fatale tour.
Oh my God! I am so.
Why are you in Grand Rap?
Mad I couldn't.
What? That's a great question, Bentley. That's a great question. Why I'm here.
I was in Michigan this morning.
Oh my God!
I was passing through Detroit.
Yeah. Oh my God! I should have. We should have timed it so I was just like there.
I mean, it was a layover where like I got off my plane, I ordered a breakfast sandwich before the sandwich was done. My next flight was boarding.
So you didn't get to eat it?
I did, but it was because they had to assign my seat. But I had to like go back to check on it, and it was a whole thing.
Was it a good breakfast sandwich?
It was pretty. It was quite good.
Sausage, egg, and cheese, or bacon?
Bacon.
Oh, yeah. Wrong choice. You?
Oh, you're a sausage. I'm a sausage.
I'm both. Sausage, I just felt like oh my God. Hang on. Is this
salt and vinegar?
No, I don't like sea salt and vinegar. I'll take that. No, take it.
You don't like salt and vinegar chips?
I don't like vinegar.
Really?
That much.
More for us.
But yeah, please take it.
More for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so how many songs have you guys written or recorded so far for this project?
2 so far, and then we have 2 sessions. We have one tomorrow, and we have one on Wednesday. And I think the plan is to write at least 2 more.
We want to write 2 more, and
we'll see what happens.
We're thinking maybe 5, but 2 feels 4 feels good.
I know that Moises, really my producer, is down to do a session with us. If the time allows that, love it. If not, we've got a 4-track EP. Bring it on.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is like I feel like we're witnessing history happen, and I'm not even kidding. Like,
I
need you to talk to you daily because you're making me feel so affirmed with this project. Me and Z feel like flops daily.
It's so nice being like interviewed by someone who cares about pop.
Yeah.
And isn't just like asking for a pull quote.
Right.
Like I'm so annoyed. Anytime someone's like, "Hey, we want to do a feature on you. We're gonna ask you the questions, then you give us all your."
Didn't
quotes.
you say that you don't want to be famous in one?
It wasn't that. It was more being like, I feel like I know the limits of fame that I think I could handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and if it becomes more than that, that's in God's hands. But like, I feel like I've come to know myself in a way that like if I was Taylor Swift level famous, I would literally probably kill myself.
That's a level of fame that is just insane.
I don't think I'm not saying no one should be, but I don't think the human brain was equipped to handle being perceived that much.
Yeah.
How famous do you want to be?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Okay, Call Me Maybe Carly or this Carly?
Or Caroline Polachek, where she can sell out the Greek theater, and it's about the music, and has a very dedicated fan base, and then gets to hang with Charlie,
right?
But doesn't have to have like the annoying brat fan base.
And she can probably walk around in public, no big deal.
Yes, but then still gets recognized by faggots.
Right, exactly.
Which is starting to happen, which is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the famous store that we cannot name.
Yeah. I didn't know that store was even canceled. Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Me and Z almost went there through the thing and with one huge thing of toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
Just hearing, "Hi Bentley, hi Z."
I was like, yeah, we're about to go shit.
Right. Oh my God. You're like, celebrities are just like us.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, thank you for that compliment. I mean, I do care about pop music, obviously, and I don't know. I've just always been more interested about like the creative process. I'm always interested in like learning how people create songs, how they create their visuals, how they come up with like the album titles, things like that. Versus, I don't know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, personal life stuff is great too, but like I just feel like we don't get enough of the creative process. And I just think that's so fun to like talk about and learn about.
Yeah, I mean, I had a friend the other day just being like, I can't even like fathom how you pull something out of nothing and create a song, and I'm just like, I don't know. You just like honestly, you just do it.
That's the thing.
You just have to do it.
That I was just thinking,
and you get better.
There really is like,
yeah.
I heard a quote the other day, and I'm pretty sure it was Amy Allen, and she was talking about being a songwriter, and she was saying it really just comes down to having a taste level.
Yes,
you don't have to take any classes. You don't have to have written songs before. You sing a melody and you like it. You write a lyric and you like it. It comes down to that, like taste level and trusting your taste. Because as soon as you try to chase trends, as soon as you try to write something because you think people will like it, that's when it's like a flop. Where if you're writing stuff that you like, anything I've ever started writing that I felt like was inspired by, well, this is popular right now, I never end up finishing, because by the time I made any progress on it, it was like, oh, this doesn't feel like fresh anymore. Like there was a very early iteration of Fucking Myself where the track was very kind of like new disco.
Oh, interesting.
This is like back in 2020, and I am so glad I did not finish that one. Like, no.
Okay, I was going to ask you this earlier, and I'm glad that you said this, because, okay, I was going to ask you, how long do you guys sit on songs for, and, like, does it drive you crazy? Because I mean, you just said that there was an early version of Fucking Myself in 2020, and you just released that song last fall.
So the first verse of that song is pretty much identical to how it was when I wrote in 2020. The chorus is a new variation on the old thing. It was originally called "Shut Up, Say Thank You." So I wish I incorporated the "Shut Up, Say Thank You," and so I incorporated that. And sometimes it's just like a concept that I'm like, I really like this concept and I really want to put this out there, but like something is just not right. And if something is not 100% correct in my soul, I don't feel good about putting it out there. And then sometimes, like, Should Have Been Yours,
I love Should Have Been Yours.
I write it, and a month and a half later it's out.
Right. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. That's so wild.
That came together really quickly.
Does it drive you nuts though? Like, have you ever like completed a song and then sat on it for a long time?
Yes.
Also, I have songs that I wrote
the radio
that I wrote for like Ugly Crier, then I wrote for Chaotic Erotica, that like probably will never come out, and they're good. Like, there was a song that I wrote that I like sent to Z a billion times. I was like, "Do you like this? Do you like this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then eventually I was just like, I don't like it anymore. Like, you almost like,
which one was it?
Gomez.
Oh, that one's fun.
Yeah, I just don't love it. But anyway, that being said, if you sit on it for too long, you start to not like it.
Yeah.
And like, also, like, I've been really focused on I'm writing my debut album. Sorry, separate from Tears Gearz.
Yeah, that's fine.
But like, my debut album is done. And we like wrote it because we wanted it to be done so that during Tears Gearz, that's happening behind the scenes so that I can roll it out starting later this year.
If you come back to it, you hate it.
And I'm like, yeah, there is a small fear. It's like, what if I'm going to hate it? But I will say I didn't chase any trends, and it scares me because it's so different for me. And like, I took a lot of risks, and I feel like that will pay off.
Yeah.
As in, I won't end up hating it. Because like, the new disco thing is such a point. Like, I know artists that took that route, that it's like, you know, Dua Lipa brought that. She rocked that, and she left it where it was, and we moved on. And it's like,
and she very much moved on.
Yeah, she moved
on.
And then she went back and was like, actually, Troy's.
You know, I actually really would like, because I respect your opinion, Zach. I really would love to get your take on the Katy Perry of it all. Everything going on and
going on right now with her.
Yeah,
or just in general. Yeah, I have a very strong.
Keep in mind, we have a Katy cat in the room.
He just like made a crying face.
And he was like,
he just walked out. Because here's my take. I'm going to give you my quick thing before you go, but please say what you're going to say. I am not a Katy cat in the sense that, like, oh my God, I'm writing for her, but I love her music, been a fan of her for years.
Yeah.
I've been so sad with how she's been treated. I feel like recently everyone's just so mean to her. And like, I saw so many takes that was like, this Katy Perry space trip, XYZ. It wasn't a Katy Perry space trip. It wasn't Katy Perry. And I feel like she's gotten so much flack recently that's really hurt me. Because I'm like, I always ask myself, what do you want from her? Do you want her to kill herself? Like when you are like shitting on someone so hard, it's like, do you want them to never make music again? Like, I don't know. That's my take. I agree with everyone. 143 is the worst album of the decade. It seems like it was written by ChatGPT, and no one is arguing that. But I just feel a little sad that, and this comes from me, my number one like woman I stand tattooed on me is Camila Cabello, and I've had to be in the trenches for this girl because she gets so much hate. I'm seeing a lot of the Camila Cabello isms with Katy Perry right now. Anyway, give me your thoughts.
I just think at the end of the day, she didn't really know how to read the room with this era, and she's trying to turn it around, and it's not really working too hard.
Yeah, Katy. So what I find fascinating, I mean, this is one of the most successful artists that we've seen in the last 15
we gotta
years,
keep that in
right?
mind.
And she, I mean, and when I say successful, I mean like from One of the Boys through Prism. I mean, how many diamond singles is she?
She's about to
like
have
5?
10. Yeah, she's about to have 10. I think.
Yeah, it's.
Oh no, maybe I'm crazy.
But the thing
several
is,
many.
She's several many more than I have, and so the thing with her though that I find really fascinating, as you kind of mentioned, is she is a lightning rod for all of this hate right now with this space mission. There were how many women on this? Was it like 5 people?
Like 5 or 6, yeah.
5 or 6. And but on top of, you know, there being 5 or 6 other women with her, you know, you had Oprah Winfrey in the crowd watching. You had Chris and Chloe. You had, you know, all these people kind of cheering them on and whatnot. Katy is getting all of the backlash for it.
I think it's because she was just the most famous, really.
True, but it's become this like Katy Perry hate train that started with like the 143 thing and with, you know, the Dr. Luke of it all. But I mean, Z, you and I have talked about this before. Like the thing is that like we don't really know why she chose to work with Dr. Luke, but there's plenty of artists who continue to work with Dr. Luke that no one says anything. Or if you want to go even further, like you have all of these artists and producers and songwriters who are either signed to his production company or his songwriting company that no one ever talks about. So like there's a plethora of songwriters on Future Nostalgia that are signed to Dr. Luke's writing company, and no one's shitting on Dua Lipa for working with them.
His reach is far and wide,
and
no more so than we know.
Way more than we know. I mean, no one shat on Mariah Carey for jumping on that. What was that song with? Oh my god, I forget. Big Energy, the Big Energy remix.
Oh yeah,
that
Lotto?
was produced by Dr. Yeah, with Lotto. And Ethel Cain, I believe, is still signed to his songwriting company. And what's interesting about the Katy Perry of it all is that people were kind of comparing Ethel Cain and Katy Perry back when 143 was coming out, and basically in the sense of like, oh, you should be doing like, you know, music like Ethel Cain or whatever, and just kind of pinpointing Ethel Cain being like this, like, you know, forward thinking artist. And I'm like, jokes on all of you, she is signed to his songwriting company. So I was just like, and then people were like, well, she's a, you know, a broke trans artist. And I'm just kind of like, okay, so we can put aside morals because you're poor. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I am all about people trying to make it in the business and whatnot, but I just don't understand why they pick and choose.
I just think, yeah, picking and choosing is my thing. It's selective outrage, and I really do not like it because a lot of it, I still feel like it comes down to misogyny.
Oh,
like,
100%.
We have a rapist, felon, thief as our president, and half the country voted for them. And, you know, but I will hear a woke person that's pro trans rights, pro POC, pro women, pro everything, literally talk about Katy Perry like she deserves to die. And I'm like, you are a psycho. I don't get it. And listen, I almost posted about it on my story the other day, but I try to be very careful with this stuff. But it's like, I just don't understand. Me and Z have friends that we know that like were actively hating on Tate McRae when she was coming out, and I just don't understand. I will never. Maybe it's because I'm an artist. Maybe it's because I'm a Cancer. I just don't understand like when we take it a step too far. It's like, babes,
Yeah.
she released bad music.
Yeah.
Other than that, like what is her
like
crime?
the Wendy's brand being like, let's send her back, or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
that was wild.
Okay, so my thoughts on this are like, I think people are taking it a little too seriously, but I think my theory on like kind of why this all sort of started to go sour, there was so much goodwill for Katy Perry to come back. I think at the end of the day, she was like, you know what? I want a hit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go back to the person who gave me my hits because I don't think people will care anymore. And she was wrong. Mm-hmm. And then the music she did put out was not good enough to overcome that. And she misread the room. And I don't know. And here's the thing. She's made good songs without him. Never Really Over. Best song she's done in like 7 years.
Yeah.
And I just think that like she's at worst, she is out of touch. And I think she sold out for a hit and it didn't even pay off. And then the fact that hate train was going, the fact that she then did something which like go to space when people need healthcare, which, okay, look, I'm not like, I don't think,
I think we all agree that the space mission was a miss.
It was sort of like in poor taste, but people are being a little extra about it.
It's worth making fun of them. And I'm all for making fun, taking up space. I'm all for making fun of them.
Yeah.
But it's just when it turns into like actual things that people are passionate about. Like, I know very intellectual, very smart people that are like passionate with their hatred towards Katy Perry, and I just like will never understand. And you know,
I want to go to the tour.
She worked with the rapist. Okay,
I do, yeah.
Where's your same energy for XYZ? You know what I mean? It's just to me,
right?
It's just like you're choosing to dislike someone because it's fun, and you and you want to be a hater, and you want to make fun of her, and
you're gonna get that viral tweet.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of talked about this on a previous episode, but that Mr. Pop guy on Twitter was
he
made it his personality to hate on Katy Perry.
Yeah, and dragged me into it.
Yeah,
dragged you into it.
First of all, you dragged yourself into that. But
I was only copying your formula.
Yes, and then he blocked me because I put myself into it because I was like, wow, you're really, for someone who hates Katy Perry, you're really putting a lot of energy into talking about her.
Yeah,
blocked me. And I was just kind of like, wow, I'm just like, what is going on here? But there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people on the internet, regardless if it's Katy Perry or Tate McRae or Camila or whomever, who truly invest energy into just talking about how much they don't like something. And I think that that's strange. It's one thing to critique. It's one thing to be like, oh yeah, it's not for me. I'm not the designated, what did we say? It's like, I'm not the intended audience.
Not the intended audience. Yeah.
And, you know, and that's okay, right? Like we all have different tastes.
Yes.
But I'm not going out of my way to talk about how much I dislike an artist.
That's what I think is like the honestly, this is how we can bring it back to Tears and Gearz.
Oh,
it's like
love a good segue.
I get so much hate daily. I'm sure you do as well, because I'm putting myself out there.
Me.
And I get a lot of hate daily from people that are like homophobic or racist or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
and it gets me. It makes me laugh because it's like, I never have disliked, like, I have disliked many things. I am number one hater with my best friend in the living room. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I'm not going to go and post it under one of their, pictures or post about it publicly.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, it's giving, you don't have a lot going on.
No.
And,
right.
Yeah, I just think like energetically and karmically, we should try to not get too main. I always say that there's like an epidemic of main character syndrome, especially in New York City. People like just don't care about other people like they should.
Yeah,
it's all about them and their boundaries and their compromises and their stand. And it's like, on that same note, it's like I try to be reflective of my behavior, and yeah, some of it is just toxic and not good, and I try to be self-aware of it. But for the most part, it's like I try not to crucify other people for things that I wouldn't want people to crucify me about. There has been many a time that I have said the wrong thing or something inappropriate in a message to a friend, or put out art that isn't good. And I think that, like, how are we walking around crucifying these people, like, to the death?
Timely, the day after Easter, crucifying.
Yeah. No. Crucifying Jesus to the death. And it's just, to me, it's like very, It's a bummer, and I will forever preach. Like I truly like all my shows. It's like love, kindness, acceptance. Like that's the move, girls.
I think we like, you know, as gays on the internet, I think we can all, you know, admit that we've kind of had phases of being like, or maybe I can just speak for myself, being kind of like cunty and like saying some like shit that was like, well, this will make me feel better and put someone down. And like with, you know, with age, I've kind of, you know, noticed that like when my soul and spirit feel kind of more rotted is when I start to like put more of that energy out. And so like I'm not perfect at it by any means, but I try to not. If I like something, I'll tweet about that. If I don't like something, I'll text it to a friend.
Also, I think it's different to be like, oh, I don't love this thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it from a pop culture consumption standpoint.
Right.
Not the like, I just don't like J.K. Rowling. Like, I will post tweets about how she should die.
Yeah.
But I feel very karmically okay with that.
Right.
And,
the other thing I like have done a hard pivot from that I feel like I used to do because it like made me feel like superior is it's like reply to someone else's thing if they say they like something and be like, no, that thing sucks.
Oh my God, Z, when did you do that?
Like there have been times like throughout the past like 15 years or be like, ew, no, that thing you've replied to me when I said I like something. You've been like, no, it sucks.
I've never said. I don't think I've ever said no. It sucks to anyone.
I like To Be Loved by Lizzo. And you were like, nuh-uh, nope. And I'm like, let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy that.
Right. And that's something that I get a lot on my Instagram.
I like that I had receipts.
I love that. I love that. I get that a lot on my Instagram where like if I'm posting about a song or a new project or whatever, and there will be people who will go out of their way and be like, no, this sucks or whatever. And I'm like, let people enjoy things. Like and Bentley, to your point, like there's a difference between being like, I don't like this, or throwing a small little bit of shade versus like being like, fuck this person, you're ugly, die.
Yes.
Like that's
and then like never different. Letting them do anything ever again. It's just like, girl, you're choosing to hate something because you decided you don't like this person, and like now everything they do is bad, and it's like no. You're showing me you don't got very much critical thinking skills.
This attitude of mine gets really put to the test whenever I see people talking about tortured poets department.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, let them enjoy it. Let them enjoy it.
I am the opposite of a Swiftie.
But when it's truly a joy to see you on Twitter, like kind of coming for some of them though, because of the victim mentality that they have. I'm like, you were literally
when there's something
the biggest pop star in the world.
When like there is nobody who can punch down on Taylor Swift, and they like to be like, everyone doubting her. It's like literally everyone was like, this album is too big to fail. No one is doubting her anymore. Like we Kanye infantilized her and set that in amber, and she has been, and they still think of her as this 17-year-old girl.
Right. What was that tweet the other day that we both commented on it? It was something about she released the album, but all people were talking about was her being a billionaire in her helicopter or whatever.
It's like, no, everyone, in fact, Rolling Stone gave it like a 5-star review.
Yeah.
But that's insane to me. That shows me that no one's actually listening to the music.
Rolling Stone has given her last like 3 albums 5 stars, and they are and you can see where their bias is. You can see where they're afraid to critique something. I don't really trust their...
Can we all just agree that her and Jack Antonoff need to stop making music together?
Get her back with Max Martin. Oh my God.
They've not even just like not shitting on Jack or shitting on her, but it's like your collaborative energy and power has done its thing. Yeah, like we need fresh ideas.
You know what? I want to see her work with Charlie Puth.
Okay.
I really think that he could bring something very cool out of her.
Double down on that, Taylor. You said he should be a bigger artist. Work with him.
How about a bigger producer?
Yeah, Charlie Puth.
Well, this brings us to maybe my favorite part of the show.
I didn't prep him for this segment, so
well,
surprise.
I'm excited to surprise. This is the famous part of the show where we each pick a song that we feel we do not talk about enough. So this is where we talk about maybe a deep cut, a bonus track, a remix. Maybe it's a flop single. Who knows? But we all talk about a song.
I just had to do this yesterday. I have to think of another one. Okay.
I know. I'm like throwing these at you left and right.
Okay. I mean, I already know exactly what mine is.
Give it. Let's go.
Does it have to be a song? Can it be like a
Delusional.
greater? Can it be a body of work or?
What if I was like, no, it has to be a song.
Follow the rules, bitch.
Follow the rules.
I think, and this goes on in line with what we were saying a second ago. I think CXOXO by Camila Cabello is one of the best pop albums of this last year. She took sonic risks. It's fresh. It's it makes you feel like you're in Miami. The soundscape, the way she sings. I truly was so disappointed that immediately out the gate people are like, this is like Charlie XCX. The album is nothing like Charlie XCX.
It's not. No.
There's standout songs on the album like Pretty When I Cry, and I'm talking deluxe as well. Baby Pink, Can Friends Kiss. There's so many songs on there that to me are like perfect pop songs.
Yeah.
And I am betting on this that will be an album that we will go back to in a few years, that people were like, holy fuck, this was like one of her best bodies of work, and like we just like didn't let it shine because of our feelings about her.
I would agree. I gave that album like a shot, and it's honestly I think my favorite start to finish album of hers.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I think that I really admire her not making Havana Part 2, Part 3 again and again like they wanted her to.
It didn't feel like she went into a room of a writing camp room.
Yeah.
It felt like she was like, I want to create even though I feel like there are fewer individual hits on that album, I feel like start to finish, it's like something that like I've put on and like went like shopping and was let's listen to it, and I was just like, this is a really, really good atmosphere. Like my synesthesia was like, this feels very like warm wind, blue.
Yeah. Dewy,
gritty.
wet hair, salt.
Yeah.
Also, well, actually, I want to hear your thoughts on that, first of all. Did you listen to any of the songs?
I'm Camila. I was to say, I heard the 2 singles. The first song, what was that? I Love It.
Yeah.
Did not capture me.
Yeah, you did not love it. Yeah.
I did not love it.
I did not at first, and that shit worked its way under my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have Z is gonna roll his eyes. I love the Dave Auday remix of He Knows.
Oh, well, you know what? My
I haven't listened, but he followed me recently.
Oh, word.
Oh, let's celebrate that.
I was just on a session with him earlier this week on some. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not for my stuff. I'm helping him co-write something with somebody.
Oh, very fun. I'm
Rimes?
excited.
I wish. No. I'll tell you guys.
Kalechi?
Yeah. Kalechi's not doing music anymore. It feels like, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh my god. But he didn't release, or the remix wasn't released like commercially, but it was like a promo only remix.
Okay.
It's on his website. It's really good.
I love
Zach is a remix girly.
I'm a slut for remix.
I believe it. Before I let you beauties say yours, and I have to give another shout out, separate from Camila Cabello, one of the biggest artists of all time,
of course,
2 diamond singles, 3 songs in the billions. I think Alice Chatter dropped a song earlier last year called Don't Let My Boyfriend Get in Your Way.
Okay.
That is truly so underrated, so incredible. I'm playing Mighty Hoopla with her in June. Listen to it.
Is that the one that sounds like Vogue?
Yeah, baby, don't stop.
Yeah,
come in and take his place.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I really think she deserved a big moment, and she hasn't gotten it yet. So love her.
She'll get there. All right, Z, this is your turn for a song we don't talk about enough.
Ronan,
should it be new? Should it be a new song?
It can be whatever your heart desires.
Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to. All right, so when I was packing my vinyls a few weeks ago, I guess it was like a month ago at this point, I forgot what I put. I put it on shuffle. We put our Spotify radio on shuffle, and then it went on to this one song. And I was like, this whole track and groove and vibe are really, really cool. And so I Shazammed it, and I went to this guy's page, and he only had not only, that sounds so condescending, but he was not, it was like, oh, he's independent. The song, I think it had 20,000 streams or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's called Industry Party. It's by an artist named Matthew Orgel. And I looked at his bio. He's a fellow Berkeley grad. He's like quite a few years younger than me. But it's a song called, and it's such, the concept is so relatable to someone who has like moved to a new city to try to make it, who is like not like at first very confident in themselves and what they're doing. But I believe he produced it himself. I really, 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 it was I don't know. It really struck me. It's like, oh, this is like elevated. I know it's funny. Like as I was packing the vinyl, I followed him, and then by the time we were done, he had followed me back, and we've like been talking back and forth. I'm like, okay, this is. So I've kind of developed a little rapport with him, but it's "Industry Party" by Matthew Orgel.
I love that. I remember you posting about this actually.
Yeah. I do too. I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, I think you might like it.
I love that. Okay, I'm gonna probably go a little bit out there. I don't know if you guys have heard of this group, but there's this group called Tears Gearz that released a song that earlier this year called "Lock Me Up." I mentioned it earlier. Song we don't talk about enough, you guys. I'm not kidding. One of my most streamed songs of the year thus far. It is in my head all the time. The melodies of the chorus are so good. I love the lyric. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with lyrics. Okay, the lyric was like something about love has got me dumb. What is the lyric?
Because heartbreak
has got me dumb.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's this heartbreak has got me drunk.
Okay, so I don't actually sing that line.
Yeah, so. I think I say drunk.
Is it drunk?
Because heartbreak has got me drunk.
Unstuck. Yes. Yeah. Okay, sorry. See, I'm so bad with lyrics.
No, but I love that because I do that all the time too.
But I love that because I was like, oh my God, this is like so relatable. It's so relatable. This song, for those of you that have not heard it, I would liken it to like a love child of Robin. Like it's very
Foxes,
got that,
perhaps.
Foxes. And it's a brilliant single, and I would not be surprised if it made my like top 10 songs of the year. Like,
that means the world.
Yeah, no,
I wrote that song, like verse, pre-hook, chorus one in my bedroom by myself. So I'm very very proud of that one. And then took it to Dom Florio where we like produced it up and made it better, and then I sent it to Z and I was like, you would be amazing on this, and he would not write his verse, would not procrastinate. And of course like 3 or 4 days before I needed it done, he fucking sent me back that incredible verse that everybody loves. So that song is very special.
It's so
good.
No,
that's really become like a favorite.
That's a really good song too.
Yeah. It's a really good. It's beautiful.
It's so funny is that Bentley keeps being like, I think, okay, come on, you have to admit this song is so good, and I'm like, Bentley, I'm literally on it. Like, yeah, it's good. it's so him to be like, I just feel like you're not giving this thing enough credit, and I'm like, I'm literally in the credits of this. Yeah. Like, I couldn't credit it more.
Give yourself more credit. Yeah. Do it twice.
Yeah, I think I just like, I'm a words of affirmation girl.
Yeah.
And I feel like very often I'll message Z and I'll be like, love you, my best friend. You mean the world to me. Da 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 da. And Z will be like, aw, heart, or something like that. And I'm just like, I want words. I love words.
I want words. I know. I love words too.
12-step you with all that oh my God, expectation and release resentment.
That's so funny.
Well, I do resent you.
I know. I resent me too. It's okay.
Congratulations on the new single. Delusional is out now, you guys. It's out wherever you stream your music, and there is certainly more to come. I'm so excited. You guys are absolutely incredible. I love you both. And until next time.
Thank you for
having us. We love you so much. Thank you for having us. Like, we want to come back again.
We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
We have like something really crazy that we'll be doing this summer, and when we are doing it, we should do another one of these where we come and we talk all about that.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm there. I'm there.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. No, we better see you at some point in person.
Oh, you know that
I was talking yesterday about it.
Yeah,
maybe you are already guest listed.
I am there.
You're on my guest list,
so I am there. So I know.
It's one guest list.
Oh. Yeah, we are a band.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not doing the old Tears Gearz format, baby. Yeah. We are one, much like the Substance. We are one.
Yeah,
we are one.
I'm Margaret Qualley.
Oh,
you're what's it called?
And I'm the Academy Award nominated Demi Moore.
Yeah, you're Demi Moore.
Oh, let's celebrate that.
There we go.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you so much for being on.
But I'm
so
George
excited
Michael.
for you.
Thank you, Zach. You're literally the best, and
You're the best.
I've been a fan of you forever.
I know, that's so crazy. That's something that I like. When people say that to me, I'm always just like, what? Like,
you made me laugh many a time.
Anytime you like mention me, like I feel like, oh my god, did you see this guy mention you? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, you what?
Yeah, when my one of my peak moments is still when you did like the playing of the playing over and over into the headphones. And we were one of the songs. That was a peak moment.
Or Whitney handing Diane Sawyer the iPod.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh my gosh, thanks you guys. I appreciate it. Now I'm gonna float away and just.
Yes.
Next step is to get him nominated for a Queer Tea for Insta follow.
Yeah. Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
I feel like you are so close.
I'm so close. I was like, I don't know whose dick I need to suck, but I'll do it.
We do. Like, we'll send you their ad.
Yeah, we'll send you their ad.
I'll do it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thanks for joining.
Love you.
And until next time, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.